Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is From Four Corners. It is a series of messages to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Creator. He that is the beginning and the end. Yahuah is his name. It is a message to those who have come to know that Yahuwah's word was indeed manifest in the flesh as Yahusha Messiah, as our Redeemer and our living Savior. This is a message to you who have come to accept Yahusha, knowing that you cannot reach the Almighty Father nor be restored into fellowship except by the acceptance, by embracing Yahusha as Messiah, as Yahuwah's word manifest in the flesh. With that said, my brothers and sisters, today is August 17, 2014. I am compelled to believe, if you're tuning in for the first time, that there will be a final exodus and there will be a rise of the true 12 tribes, representation of individuals from the true 12 tribes of Yasharal, commonly known as Israel. I am also compelled to believe that there will be a multitude who is grafted together with the 144,000 as one in Yahusha Messiah. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. In this segment of From Four Corners, it is entitled Agreement and Confirmation. Agreement and Confirmation. My brothers and sisters, allow me to present the following scriptures before going into this segment, which again is entitled Agreement and Confirmation. Deuteronomy 17:6 says, "At the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall he that is to die be put to death. He is not put to death by the mouth of one witness." Deuteronomy 19:15 say, "One witness does not rise up against a man concerning any crookedness or any sin that he commits. At the mouth of 2 witnesses or at the mouth of 3 witnesses a matter is established." Matthew 18:16, "But if he does not hear, take with you 1 or 2 more, that by the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word might be established." Revelation 11:3, "And I shall give unto you my 2 witnesses, and I shall give unto my 2 witnesses that they shall prophesy 1,260 days clad in sackcloth." My brothers and sisters, who among us questions the fact that the Most High Father often established things out of the mouth of 2 or more witnesses? Who among us disagrees that the final establishment of the reign and the wrath of Yahusha Messiah will be confirmed by the 2 witnesses of Revelation? Have we considered that we have a responsibility to acknowledge and confirm what righteous words go forth? In other words, when we witness the power and the might, the words, the set apart words of the Most High going forth, we have an obligation to confirm, to acknowledge, to lift up his set apartness in many ways, shape, and form, in words and in deed. Let us revisit Isaiah 55:10-11. "For as the rain comes down and the snow from the heavens, and do not return there, but water the earth, and make it bring forth and bud, and give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so is my word that goes forth from my mouth. It does not return to me empty, but shall do what I please, and shall certainly accomplish what I sent it to do." I also want to present to you the following as well. Ezekiel 3:17-21. It reads, "Son of man, I have made you a watchman for the house of Yasharal, and you shall hear a word from my mouth and shall warn them from me. When I say to the wrong, you shall certainly die, and you have not warned them, nor spoken to warn the wrong from his wrong way, to save his life, that same wrong man shall die in his crookedness, and his blood I require at your hand. But if you have warned the wrong, and he does not turn from his wrong, nor from his wrong way, he shall die in his crookedness, and you have delivered your being. And when a righteous one returns from his righteousness and shall do unrighteousness, when I have put a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because you did not warn him. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he has done is not remembered, and his blood I require at your hand. But if you have warned the righteous one that the righteous should not sin, and he did not sin, he shall certainly live, because he have been warned, and you have delivered your being." My brothers and sisters, we cannot escape the responsibilities that comes when things are crystal clear to us as to what must and will be done regarding the children of obedience, the children of Yahuah, the Almighty Father, led by our sovereign, or some will say King, Yahusha. His living spirit works in us to this very day. There is and will be continued living instructions and warnings going forth. Will we recognize them? We will, in our being, refine for that final exodus. So there will be those who will come to recognize what must be done. The words of the Most High Father Yahuah are being fulfilled. I have presented a picture of the characteristics of our final exodus in many of my recordings, as well as during many of my encounters with other brothers and sisters. Allow me to revisit just some of the things that I've presented in times past. I will not go through every detail, but just highlight some very critical things. I've typed them in bullet format, so I will read them as follows. There will be preparation, and I say to you, it has begun already. Many are unaware. Preparations for our final exodus. Yahusha will be gathered from the four corners of the earth before the return of Yahusha Messiah. Extreme humbling times are coming. End times will intensify, and we will see it in the face of widespread drought, famine, pestilence, and disease. There will be forced movement, forced migration. Yahusha will witness, the world will witness 144,000 emerge, with 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes, true tribes of Yahusha. They will emerge, we will emerge in unity in Yahusha Messiah. There will be in addition to the 144,000, a great multitude of every nation, kindreds, and tribes and tongues who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, that are grafted together as one by Yahusha Messiah. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. Many surprises are over the horizon. There will be a rise in true discernment among us. We will face mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual weakness, only to witness the power and strength of the Spirit of Yahusha emerge and rise up among us. Our Mashyach will rise up as we are weakened. He will be strong in us. The Spirit of Yahusha will increase and we will decrease as we are refined and gathered together. There will be those who will betray us indeed. There will be those purged from our company. We will learn to come away from wicked and compromising teachings, practices, and behaviors. We will see chosen leaders emerge with proof from the Most High Father, powerful proof as they execute living instructions, right rulings, judgment, as led by the Spirit of Yahusha. The habitable places of the earth will roll up like a scroll, meaning that many places on the earth will no longer be habitable, will no longer be sustainable for life as we know it. There will be an enormous amount of tension to the region where it all began. Consider that the Garden of Eden was created somewhere in the area we know as the Middle East. And if we continue to see out the scriptures, we'll see in the end, right before Yahusha Messiah's return, that there's a battle. We see where nations, the wicked nations, the world leaders, the anti-Mashyach and false prophet gathered in Megiddo, the valley of Megiddo, to discuss plans and to formulate their plans to march against the children of Yahuah. And in that final march against Yahuah's children, my brothers and sisters, we will witness the return of Yahusha Messiah. There are many teachings that have become common that states that the last battle, that final battle, is the battle of Armageddon. Nowhere in Scripture does it say there's a battle in Armageddon. It says they gathered in Megiddo. Yes, we see that there was a march, but it did not say that that battle took place in Armageddon. It is not found in Scriptures. I want you to also consider Revelation 6:8 and 9:18. These events occur before the return of Yahusha Messiah. 6:8 talks about the possibility of a fourth of the people being killed as a result of a seal being opened. And 9:18 clearly states a third were killed. If you did the math, if well over a fourth of the people were killed as a result of the seal, and then later a third was killed, if you do the math, it would equate to over 3.6 billion people will be killed and destroyed. Now consider this. Many people are killed and destroyed as a result of end time prophecies. And if they are killed and destroyed, then who's occupying the space, the land in which they were in? Could it happen by nuclear weapon? Will it be because of a lack of fresh water, famine, pestilence? Will it be because of an outbreak of Ebola or diseases that will spread and kill individuals? What do you think the land will look like? I am compelled to believe there are many areas on the planet that will become barren and void of having man physically walking on it as a result of massive death and destruction. Pray and watch, my brothers and sisters. These conditions are unfolding. I believe the two witnesses of Revelation will be the last two shepherds of Yahusha before the return of Yahusha Messiah, before our Mashyach returns. I challenge you to search the scriptures and ask yourself, have the Most High ever left his children without leadership? Do you honestly believe we will be scattered, divided, and clueless until the return of Yahusha Messiah? I've heard people say we will not be united until Yahusha return. I submit to you there will be a degree of unity among the 144,000 in multitude. Have we not read countless times where the Most High Father provided leadership to his people? Do not the scriptures inform us that the Most High Father will discipline those who are his? Now examine the scriptures. Do the descriptions of the two witnesses of Revelation possibly represent the last two leaders of Yahusha? Do you believe only the text alone, or can you receive that there will be so much more to the ministry of the two witnesses, more than what is written in the text? Pray and watch. Phenomenal and extraordinary times are ahead, my brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters, I realize these words are oftentimes difficult to believe, that we have entered into the end times and that chaos is over the horizon like never before. I am compelled to believe that I will discover at the very least one other person who will provide agreement and confirmation to the life and the words that I've presented regarding our final exodus and end times. I am compelled that there will be at least one or more who will confirm that the prophecies regarding our refining structure and discipline are indeed true, that the words that I presented to you have life in them. Will you be among the ranks of those who are able to discern what is to come? Will you, or are you one who has taken a position to come to witness the Spirit of Yahusha speaking and revealing to you, to us, the life in these words? Will you have the fortitude, the courage to speak boldly on something that is not seen but is expected to come, that you believe has been revealed to you by the Spirit of Yahusha? Will you confirm? Will you acknowledge? Will you provide agreement and confirmation to this message, these messages? Pray earnestly and seek to discern the Spirit of Yahusha. See what he is saying. If you can, if you dare, look beyond me, who is as filthy rags. Look beyond me, this earthen vessel, my brothers and sisters. Look beyond the earthen body and hear the words and pray to be able to righteously render a decision on these matters. Will you be at the very least one who will offer agreement and confirmation? Though my journey has resulted in meeting a few, I must admit I hunger to discover someone who is able to provide total agreement and confirmation to the things of which I have presented in times past and that I have been presenting regarding end times, our final exodus, our structuring, our refinement. I hunger to meet such a person. It is, however, not about me. It is about worshiping and obeying the Almighty Father Yahuah and accepting Yahusha Messiah, our Mashyach. Where are you, my brothers and sisters, who are able to provide agreement and confirmation? Where are you? Let us hear from one another. Let us speak boldly on the things that are to come, just as we know that it is by belief, the substance of things not seen, but expected. What is your belief? Do you believe that end time prophecies are unfolding? Are you in agreement that there will be a final exodus? Are you in agreement that we must come into unity, and we will? Those who will fulfill the scriptures as it mentions regarding the 144,000 and great multitude. Yes, some will say he's wrong by saying a great multitude, but I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, whether it be 500,000 or we say 500,000, compared to 7.2 billion on the planet, that is still a remnant. If it was 1 million, it's still a remnant compared to 7.2 billion. So though we do not know that specific number, let us be prepared that the Most High Father will discipline and reprove. Let us be mindful of Hebrews 12th chapter, be mindful of Revelation 3:19, where he will reprove. Let us be mindful, my brothers and sisters, for there is so much that will be ordered of us by an almighty Elohim, our almighty creator, Yahuah. We will soon see he is not a passive almighty one. Will you be among the ranks of those who are able to discern what is to come? Will you take a position to witness what the Spirit of Yahusha is revealing to you and speak boldly? What say you, Yasharal? Will you be at the very least one who will offer agreement and confirmation? Yeah, sometimes there are times, yes, there are times when I may feel alone when it comes to the visions that I believe have been presented to me. But it does not make void my expectations. It does not make void my belief. As I question, as I seek, I believe it is as though the Spirit of Yahusha responds with confirmation continuously. I believe his confirmation is as a flowing river, and that I am experiencing what it is to walk the life, an immeasurable life, an abundant life provided by Yahusha Messiah. I believe without a doubt that I have come to witness being restored into fellowship with the Almighty Father through Yahusha Messiah. I wait with expectations indeed, for I believe phenomenal and extraordinary things are over the horizon. They are unfolding as this message goes forth. Who is able to discern what the Spirit of Yahusha is saying? Who is in agreement? And who will provide the confirmation? Let me hear from you, Yasharal, if you believe that you are being led by the Spirit of Yahusha. Like I said, it is not about me. That is just a request that I am making known. I have no doubt in due season, those of us who focus on Yahusha Messiah, he will draw us closer to him, and us focusing on him, we will be drawn together. With that said, I pray that you're able to endure to the very end. I pray that your eyes and ears come to be open, where you are more proactive in responding to end times, opposed to waiting and experiencing a regretful time as a result of hindsight. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to be encouraged. Soon the proof will come. Soon the mercies in favor of the Most High will be magnified, and we will know how much mercy, how many favors. And we will also begin to see the hand of the Most High, the disciplining hand, become enlarged among his people. Remember, judgment begins at the house of Elohim first. So there are responsibilities, there are experiences we will face in the coming days. I say they have already begun. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, you have been listening to a segment from Four Corners. Continue to stay tuned. Shalom, shalom, shalom.